Hi everyone, Peter here from GCG. You know I usually talk about tax, company setup in UAE, but something bigger is happening right now. A wave of AI founders and tech investors is moving into the UAE. Today, I'll explain in plain language why they're coming, how the country is positioning itself with massive compute power, and I'll finish with a live look at the AI Tux tool that I've been building for UK businesses that want to relocate here, as an example of an AI. Grab a coffee and let's walk through it together. Over the past 18 months, big global funds, Sequoia, Tiger, SoftBank have opened permanent offices in Dubai or Abu Dhabi. Alongside them, you've got local giants like Mubadala, ADQ, and G42's new $10 billion AI fund. Now, what does that mean for a founder? Instead of flying to London, New York, or San Francisco, you can pitch the same check writers 10 minutes from the paddle court. Talking about the paddle, I did a video on paddle and networking that is just above. Go check it out, super useful for people moving here and trying to network in Dubai. It's capital efficiency in the literal sense. Less jet lag, more deal flow. Here's the hard tech reason founders are landing here. The UAE has committed to becoming a regional leader in compute capacity by 2026. Abu Dhabi's Stargate campus is aiming for a gigawatt scale power and data center footprints you can see from space. And then there's the headline everyone's talking about, G42's pending deal with NVIDIA, that everybody knows now, the one rumored to redirect a large share of H-series GPUs to the Gulf. Now, if half of those chips arrive, startups here will rent GPU hours in days that teams in Europe wait months to access. Put simply, more GPUs mean shorter model training loops. Shorter loops mean faster iteration. Faster iteration mean a higher valuation when a VC runs the spreadsheet. And you want a higher valuation when you're raising money. From a consumer point of view, you might have seen headlines claiming that ChatGPT Plus is about to be offered free for everybody in the UAE who's a resident. Now, a later clarification suggested the announcement was mostly about infrastructure rather than free subscriptions, but the details honestly don't really matter. What matters is that the government has a clear message. AI tools need to be in everyday hands fast and ideally at zero cost to the end user. The quicker the public experiments with these models, the quicker local founders discover new use cases, and investors love that feedback loop. Now I'm going to give you a real example from London, a computer vision startup that moved here. We moved a computer vision company from London to Abu Dhabi in a free zone last year. 3 months after the relocation, inference costs per 1,000 images dropped 38% thanks to subsidized compute. Their next funding round closed 22% higher in valuation because their product roadmap accelerated. Obviously, you're going faster, your roadmap is going to shorten, and that means you're going to the end goal faster and you can raise more money. And on a personal note, the founders went from 45% UK income tax to 0. That's not bad, specifically when you want to exit in a year or in a 2 years' time. That's the practical outcome of the strategy we're talking about. My own project, now, of course, I'm not an AI or data expert. However, I use data every day to be able to track AI changes in tax, and I wanted to build something on my own. There are great tools that exist right now, such as Lovable, Cursor. There's a bunch of them with actually Claude that you can use and Neon. And I have built my own AI tax advisor. All this AI momentum inspired me to solve the pain that I see every day. UK entrepreneurs asking, will HMRC still tax me after I move? So the last 3 months, I've been feeding LLM and building my own AI with UAE tax law and ministerial decisions and every QFZP guideline inside in my database. I put in the HMRC split year rules, non-dom commentary, and real tribunal cases and jurisprudence. I also added my anonymized client notes and board resolution templates. The result is that you can interrogate an assistant for free. And I'm going to show you now how it works very, very quickly. So this is the tool that you're going to see. You're going to have this little box here. This is a free tool. You go on this website, on this link. I'll put it in the show notes. And all you need to do is ask it a question. I've done a few questions here that you can just pop up. And afterwards, that's it. You're off for, it's like ChatGPT, but for tax. Well, let's give it an example. Can I keep my UK company and add a UAE subsidiary? Now, it's going to tell you, this is a great question, and it's going to tell you that the answer varies significantly depending on the details. Because of course, it wants to give you context. It can't give you an answer based on a single question you have. It's going to ask you, what is the main business activity you plan for the UAE subsidiary? You start answering it. I don't know, let's say that I want to do marketing. Cool. So then afterwards, it's going to tell you, this depends, this is going to determine the type of license that you'll need and potentially the economic substance that you need to be able to do that. Now it's going to tell you more questions about nature and scope of marketing services, where the clients are. It's going to ask you all of this, and if you can complete all of this, you're going to be able to get an actual advice. Now, let's go into an example where I'm going to sign in into my tool, and I'm going to go, this is my email, I sign in, and here we go. This is the conversation we just had, and I'm going to show you. And on the left, you can see the history of conversations. This is another conversation I had where I went through all the steps. I answered all the questions that the AI tool had for me. We went into my accommodation in the UK, where my family will reside, what are the work ties that I will have, because everything is important from an UK and HMRC perspective. And at the end, it gave me a plan, what to do, what are my UK and exit tax compliance steps, how do I exit the UK? How do I set up my company and where? The steps set up, the corporate and tax compliance. Do I have a 0% or 9% corporate income tax? And the ongoing tax risk mitigations that I'm going to have from a UK perspective. Even the implementation timeline. I've kept a little book a call here because while all this is preliminary tax information, you still want to be able to jump on a call with a professional just in case to clear anything. And also, to be fair, this is a tool that is sort of in progress. Please use it. It's preliminary tax advice. It's got all the right data and it does provide the right advice. I use it as an internal tool, but it still get that confirmed by myself or somebody else from my team that you are on track, because you might have not answered a question right, and then that's the issue. So humans still needed, but you can take it here, just book a call, and then afterwards you land on our discovery call and you're able to book a call with me or my team at any of these available slots. So super simple. Internally, I'm using AI daily, drafting shareholder resolution in seconds. My team just reviews and signs off, scanning ledgers for mistagged revenue long before the FTA ever looks, generating custom proposals that auto-pull the latest updates from free zones, pricing, and immigration rules. In my opinion, every industry should be heavily investing or getting involved in AI and how it can improve its efficiency and speed and conveniency for their clients. This is the golden age, and the UAE is positioned extremely well to take advantage of it. Looking ahead, by 2026, the first phase of the Stargate data campus will be live. There's talk of a compute credit marketplace where startups can buy unused GPU hours like electricity. And there's a new golden visa track for AI researchers that's already live. Founders who plant their flag now will lock in cheaper compute and the current 0% tax window before the next global wave shows up. So that's why tech leaders and AI founders in particular are choosing the UAE. Capital, compute, consumer adoption, and friendly tax environment. If you're a UK-based entrepreneur curious about the move, try GCG AI Tax Advisor. The link is below. And if you need a full roadmap, visa, structure, banking, go for the AI tool, but then afterwards book a discovery call and we will build it together and price it together. Hit like, subscribe for more deep dives, and tell me in the comments what's the #1 thing that you need before locating your AI startup here. Thanks for watching. I'm Peter from GCG, and I'll see you in the next one.